Hey everyone, I'm just continuing my series where I'm going through my vintage card collections. And this one kind of stretches through those vintage years and on into some of the junk wax eras, and that's just a testament to the longevity of his career. But I'm going to show my Steve Carlton collection, minus a few of the larger size cards and then his rookie card as well that I have in a near mint 7. Not here at the house, but I'll start with 1967. His rookie card is from 65. He did not have a card in 66, so 67 is technically his second year card. Comes up, Florida boy, I believe from Miami, and then comes up with the Cardinals. He pitches in the World Series, I think, and helps win the World Series 1967. So the Cardinals won that, and then he would also win one with the Phillies in the 80s. So Steve Carlton is a 2-time World Series champion, 4-time Cy Young Award winner. He's got like 327 wins, like over 4,100 strikeouts, over 4,000 strikeouts, and not a whole lot of hobby love. So a nice vintage run here. When I was buying these, picking these up a few years ago, very inexpensive, I would go for that near mint 7. But you'll see a couple cases where 7s weren't available. I was able to go ahead and spring for an 8 without breaking the bank. That's a cool traded card. He won 27 games in 72 when he was traded to the Phillies. So that was a great trade for Philadelphia, and he became their ace for many years to come, as we'll see. Cool card from 1973. Some leaders cards. Nice Kellogg's cards. I don't know why Carlton, I mean, a lot of people are very, strong Carlton fans, but you don't see his cards sell at a very high price. He's definitely a bargain buy, in my opinion. But once again, I mean, he's long retired. Would his cards ever spike in value if people realize how dominant he was? I just don't think it's ever going to happen. But I've loved collecting these cards at very affordable prices. And I'll give some numbers here in a minute, some absurd numbers of what I was paying for some of these cards about 10 to 8 years ago. There's a couple of them with a newer flip. They're that cloth sticker. But most of these I probably picked up in 2011, 12, 13 time frame. Like that 78, that looks very sharp. I've always thought that was like my best looking 78 for an 8. It's like perfectly centered, super clean card. This 9, I bought this for 99 cents, if you can believe that. A mint 9 Steve Carlton, I think it was 2011. Got the Burger King as well, 1979 and 1980. I don't have the 80 tops, but I do have these Burger King pitch, hit, and run. I've got another one on an 8 somewhere. I don't have the 81 tops, but I've got this Record Breakers. He's wearing a batting hat. That's kind of weird. But yeah, man, just a dominant pitcher. One of the best left-handed pitchers. And it's funny because he kind of phased himself out right when sports cards boomed. The mid to late 80s, that was kind of the tail end of his career. And whereas a guy like Nolan Ryan, he made all his milestone achievements, a lot of them, in the late 80s, early 90s, right when the card market was booming. So he became the idol. And I know I was a big Nolan Ryan collector, and I still am today. But Steve Carlton, he was out of sight, out of mind, right? So he kind of missed that window, if you will, for a lot of his star cards, and maybe that's why he doesn't get as much hobby love. I know Ray from Philly out there and some of my other Philadelphia followers and friends, they love Steve Carlton, and rightfully so, man. He's just an outstanding pitcher. Here's an interesting combination. I've got the Tiffany in a 9, and a Peachy in the 9. I was able to pick up a lot of these 80s cards. Like most of them were in 9s. There's a couple of them like that 8 I bought separately, but I bought a lot of these in 9s. Very, very inexpensive. Now with everything, things cost more these days than they have. But I think even maybe 6-7 months ago, I bought like these two, this Leaf and this Don Ross, both in 9s. That Fleer in a 9, I bought those in a big lot. Or I bundled them together and made a big lot out of it for very inexpensive prices. So if you want to look like one of the most dominant pitchers that is not through the roof, Steve Carlton, that's a cool autograph of him on the miniature card. It's always good to have a Hall of Fame autograph. And then you can kind of see near the end of his career, that 88 Fleer, I think, is the last year he got a card. So right when sports cards were booming, the late 80s, Carlton was pretty much out of the game and a non-factor. And I think that kind of hurts him a little bit. That's the only thing I can think of for why his cards are not at a level like Nolan Ryan, because they were two of the most dominant power pitchers of their era. And he's definitely got a lot more hardware. Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young. Steve Carlton's got 4 of them. So just for what it's worth, showcasing the Steve Carlton collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I appreciate your posts, your comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.